Welcome back, folks, to Pokemon Emerald here on the HeavyBaseX channel. After 4 parts of diving for treasure in specific parts, using with a Blaziken and a Swampert to do our stuff, with a random Chinchilla that we caught. The good news out of all this, and I think this is the good news out of all this, is because we finally have the means to move on to the next part of the game, which is essentially what we're going to be doing, is that we're taking a break from the actual main game and we're going to focus primarily on one of the more important aspects of Pokemon Emerald: unlock the Legendary Pokemon Challenge. Yes. We have legendaries to hunt down. But the problem is, though, there is an unlocking feature, which sadly means that we need to find a good choice. The problem is from all this is because this is kind of infamous, but yeah, there's a reason why I caught that Wailord was caught. There was also another reason why you need to find a Pokemon called This is a Pokemon that you need to find in order to unlock this side quest. To do this, you're gonna need a Pokemon called Relicanth. Yeah, Relicanth. Water rock type, looks like a gigantic rock fossil thingy. What you also may need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is basically start selling some items that you will not need. Big pearls, not need those. Completely don't need those. Star pieces, do not sell those. A lot of things you will not need. There are a lot of other items. Also, just because we pretty much are getting to the certain point, it is time to sell all the low level It is now time that we sell the Paralyze Heals, the Antidotes, and all the other low level moves, is because our team has basically gotten to a certain point, and that we need a lot of room, and that is where things get interesting. You will now need to rely on Hyper Potions, Max Revives, and all for the necessary needed function of basically buying Net Balls. Also, Dive Balls, which are new to the series. You want to add those. Most importantly, you need to start buying Hyper Potions. You are literally going to need a Hyper Potion in this game. Also, Full Heals. Very, very important. They are now replacing. They cure every status in the game. You will need to do that. Max Repels. You're going to need quite a few of these. Reason is because we're going to be going legendary hunting. So we're going to need to at least sell as much as we can get our hands on, and a lot of revives as well. To pretty much safely say is that we're preparing for the end game, and in order to do so, we need to basically prepare ourselves by heading to Pacific Town and shit. So our biggest challenge now is to get our hands on a Relicanth. It's going to take a while because it's one of the rare creatures. Pretty much thrown out there. Just pretty much use a super potion now just for freaking healing purposes and whatnot. Actually, no. You don't want to do that. You want to ditch you will now need to ditch super potions as well. You really don't need them. But we're not quite done yet. So let's see. I'm pretty sure we actually have this Pokemon. Or do we not? Anyway, we need to put Swallow back into the party. The only reason why we needed to do that was to go nuts on buying items. This is going to be for later on in the game. And you will thank me for this. You will need to thank me for this, because now we've pretty much gotten to the point that Hyper Potions are going to be the biggest source of healing in the game. So, back we go, and now we actually have our Pokemon that we need. This is a Relicanth. A water rock type with rock head and physical stats. This thing would be so cool if it wasn't so crap. Later generations rectified this, it's now a primary source, but yeah. You will need Relicanth, you will need Wailord. It is required that you have these two. Also, it is also required that you need to surf from a very specific point in this town in order to get to the thingamajiggy. Because this bit is tricky if you have no bloody clue on how to do this. So, also, you want to use a Max Repel here, because you do not want to take on these you do not want to face these guys at all. Anything in the ocean is getting complete. Right, Route 132 is basically you need to get to a specific point in the game. And we're going to be facing off against our freaking first trainer here. So, you may want to keep an eye on that one, maybe. But you do want to do that. So yeah, he's like a low-level magic card trainer. Now, that's not much problem, you see. You're taking a look at the freaking standards there. One, you're taking a look at pretty much the levels here. Is that you notice it's level 40, right? In terms of averages, a Pokemon in our entire lot is actually triggered that evolution. Also, Gyarados. But we want to use Rock Slide. It is effectively our cover move for this generation. Counters flying types pretty well, counters psychic types well. It's a good move. And we're level up to 41 for Blaziken. So we actually are at that point. Moving on. Let's go with Swampert now. Swampert at high levels is pretty formidable. The water ground type is good. I mean, you should be honestly prefer to pretty much rely on other attacks. Since unfortunately we have unfortunately since we're on Gen 3 mechanics, fixed stats do not work well. Which is the reason why freaking Swampert has freaking Ice Beam. More for coverage really. And of course Surf to take advantage of that not so good special attack. This was back then, and this is when Swampert was very difficult to manipulate. Then Swampert became a physical tank, and that was really it. Back to Gonzalez. Our starter. We have another Gyarados. What is this guy? He's got like an entire party. He's got a party of Gyarados, hasn't he? Well, he's basically a step up from the Magic Card trainer in Diamond. Yeah, massive step up. At least he evolves his fucking Gyarados. Unfortunately, they're all fucking shit. Okay. I think it's time we unleash the Relicanth. Yeah, this is an unusual Pokemon choice. You may want to note as well. He has high attack. He has some pretty decent attack. He has some pretty decent high stats. He can also learn Yawn, which really technically is actually helpful in some situations. Not all perfect situations, but it kind of works out. So more rock thingies, like so. And we're done! And not quite. We're gonna try. Actually, we're gonna keep going, because I think Relicanth is actually pretty. It's an unusual Pokemon choice, but now we're even with a -2. This is gonna be a good fight. The reason why I like to throw this out is because Relicanth has Rock Head, which means if he throws out a move like, say, I don't know, frickin'... he still says it from the flinch, but he is very strong. Thing is, though, Bite is still technically a special attack at this point. So, you're gonna have difficulty even if it doesn't. So, Gyarados is still... I just want to say about Gyarados, fucking beast of a thing. Even back in Gen 3, people were realizing this thing's potential threat. Yet it had Earthquake and Hidden Power Flying. It had Hidden Power Flying in the physical sense. It works out fine. Right. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You need to surf at a very specific point. Otherwise, you're just gonna keep going forward and forward like so. This is the required path you need to take in order to head towards the game. Required path in order to take us to the thing. So we need to go right. We need to go. See this? We'll surf from this point, and you will literally head towards quite a bit because we can go up for this one. So yeah, we can now surf through this little bit, which is really not so bad. We just need to find that middle patch of water, and I think we're okay. Kind of. I got a feeling we missed out. No, I don't think we have, but I got a feeling we may have missed. No, we haven't. This is what you need. You need to dive from this spot entirely. And what you do, you find yourself underwater to a specific ruins. These ruins contain it contains interesting things. Nothing you'll find underwater. It's just And there it is. There it is. As you can see, it is in Braille. Yes. The Pokemon people decided to throw Braille into this. Which is the universal, which is the language of, which is the freaking number of things blind people need to see what letters are. So, effectively, what you need to know here, ladies and gentlemen, is we need to teach. The first thing we need to do is that we need to teach Dig to our HM slave Geodude. You need to teach Dig to someone. It is not really necessary. We're gonna teach it to freaking Geodude here, cause we're pretty much. I would say learn this move because, well, one, it's a pretty strong move, but it's just not the powerhouse it used to present. See, we need to learn Dig here. Now the reason is because we need to unlock the chamber using Dig. So, right now. Geodude needs to use Dig, for instance. We do that, and it opens the door, like so. Right, this is the most important thing. This is the reason why you needed Wailord and Relicanth in the first place. You need to do the following thing. You need to put Wailord in front of the party, and Relicanth in the last slot of the party. If you do this, and I'm just bothering around with this one. So yeah, just a little bit of advice. You want to do the people that want to do this quickly. If you put Wailord in the first slot and Relicanth in the last slot, and then press the thing, you will do something special. This special thing will pretty much be our means of going after certain, legendaries in the future. So that's pretty much what I tell you here. Is that what you need to do, ladies and gentlemen? What you need to do is basically it's basically what I told you before. What you need to do is you need to put Wailord in the first slot. Relicanth is in the second slot. Press A, and basically you move into the region, and you've basically moved in. Same sound effect and everything. That, ladies and gentlemen, has unlocked a door. That essentially means we can now go after the legend. You've unlocked the legendary trio for this game. They do not run, however. There are 3 specific places in the entire region where these legendaries are. And we're really going to head towards that point. So, to effectively conclude, we can now just basically head west here, and basically we can just go all the way to the westernest point. So, effectively, we could just, avoid getting all the items and shit. That's really it for this video. It's just unlocking. It is what we call unlocking the legendary tree. The underwater temple thing. So yeah, we're back at Slateport. Yeah, we've come full circle, and now we've pretty much explored most of Owen. We're going back. We've reconnected ourselves to the western point. So, in the next episode of Pokemon Emerald, we're gonna finally start our special legendary run. So, this is what we're gonna need. Be patient though. It's gonna be fun. Very fun. And if you know catching legendaries, I don't do very well with these.